Well, it's always good to start the year with a win, and again, a lot of respect for Southeast Missouri and Rika and her team. And I thought those kids played extremely hard, competed extremely hard tonight. You know, we got off to another sluggish, slow start. Took us 10 minutes to get going. Then back-to-back quarters of 26 points was, you know, that's good. You're doing some things really well. I thought our transition was great. We had 16 fast break points and, you know, 38 points in the paint. That's not just T in there. That's layups and transition and things like that. So I thought, you know, again, I thought our transition was good off misses. We just, to me, we're just really got a long way to go defensively. Only forced 7 turnovers the second half after 13 in the first. 15 turnovers for us is still way too many for me. I want that down in the 12 range. But, you know, you got 6 kids that shot 50% or better, and that's always a good place to start. Chloe's 3 out of 7 from 3. We just, you know, our out-of-bounds defense was really bad tonight. Good night. I bet we gave up 10, 12 points on out-of-bounds defense. And again, that's not something that you work on a lot early in the season. Obviously, that's something we work on really well the next 2 days. But we were really, really soft on out-of-bounds defense, and so we'll need to clean that up. And again, way too many fouls. I mean, we got our hands all over people, and we got to clean that up and do a better job guarding defensively. But again, proud of. You know, I thought Jazz played well, running the point. Had 5 assists and only 1 turnover. So my point guards, Maya had 6 and 2, so they went 11 and 3. That's almost 4 to 1, which is what you want. So I thought they did a nice job running our team and again scoring. Both of them were, you know, you get 7 for 11, 7 for 12 at that position. That's pretty good. So we'll keep working. It's going to be like this for a while, y'all, and we'll just keep competing every day and working on things. But some of our issues are just understanding how hard we got to play here at Mississippi State.
Coach, how pleased are you with your team's role-playing efforts tonight?
You know, I mean, I think everybody that played, especially those that, you know, we had a group that came off the bench. Bree, when Bree came off, you know, they were pretty good defensively. When I moved Jazz to the 2 and played her with Maya, they were pretty good defensively. You know, Jessica got in foul trouble early, and that kind of affected her a little bit. But she came back in the second half and played better. I'm pleased. You know, I'm pleased with Zion came off the bench, did a good job hedging ball screens, which I needed her to do, and again, Maya coming off the bench doing her job. So I think our role. When you say roles, I think we're still trying to figure out what our roles are, and again, even our starters are to an extent are trying to figure out what their role is. How are they going to play and fulfill their role?
Jazz, when you have 2 rebounders like your teammates who are sitting up at the podium, how much do you guys want to get the ball out from them and go? Because there were times tonight when you were able to collect it. Well, not you, but they were able to collect it and push things, and you guys were able to score just like that.
That's what Coach wants from us. He wants us to run transition. That's how we're going to score our points. So, I mean, that's what we need to do. Get out in transition and run.
Teaira, have you noticed, I know it's just one game and you play a preseason game, but because the team is not as built around three-point shooting, is it more difficult to get open sometimes in the post? Do they kind of sag on you a little more, or what have you noticed the past couple games?
They do tend to sag in more and like be closer to help side, like on me. So I mean, you know, like Coach said, we got things to work on. So the more that we get in the gym and shoot, the more they'll get off me.
And for you, you know, like Jazzmun was talking about, your game this year, the teams might be more transition, getting up and down the court. How do you, I mean, as somebody who likes to play on the low block, is that difficult for you, or do you, what do you think about playing in transition?
No, it's not difficult for me. I mean, I get the rebound, I kick it up the court. I mean, by the time I hit half court, they've already laid the ball in, so I just get back on defense.
Anriel, how much is Coach stressing for either you or T or another one of your teammates to really get it and go? Because you have numerous players who can push tempo, and as you showed, you could even get it yourself and push tempo. So how much has that been a point of emphasis, I guess?
Right, like Jazz said before, we work on that every day. He always wants us to go in transition every chance we get, and then if not, we just go into our secondary. But it's definitely an emphasis for us.
How many players do you feel who can't push that tempo?
I mean, it's multiple players that are able to do that. I don't really know a number, but it's a lot. It's a good amount of us.
Yourself included?
Yeah.
Jazzmun, it was like 7 million games in a row of you and Morgan William at the point guard. You know, is it weird that it's kind of your show now? I know Maya takes over sometimes too, but that you're kind of the #1 option now. What's that like?
I mean, years past has prepared me for this moment. So, I mean, I'm prepared for it every day. Me and Maya compete for that spot, and that's just what it is.
What did you learn over those 3 years? What do you think was the biggest part of your development?
Just knowing the offense, knowing my players, knowing what I can do and what I can't do, and just doing what Coach expects me to do.
T, I think Brock mentioned the triple-double. That would have been the first since, I think he said 2000. The fact that you had, how many minutes? Only 28, and you still came as close as you did. Is that something that you think is attainable?
Yeah.
You think, is Coach Harris going to set a goal for 5 or 6 triple-doubles for you like she did set double-doubles last year? Or?
I'm pretty sure she'll have something in there along that line.
Might it have something to do with free throw shooting too, or?
Oh yeah, my free throws, I don't know what happened, but I'm going to work on those tonight.
Vic, I know, you know, obviously it looks like you got obviously really veteran post play, really veteran point guard play. It seems like the wings, the twos, the threes, I don't know if outside shooting's part of that, but is that when you talk about a work in progress, is that largely what you're talking about, just those areas, getting the wing play?
I mean, when I think of work in progress, I mean, I think of us defensively. I just think we got a long way to go there, and you know, just understanding what we do and how we do it defensively. I think all of our kids need to get in the gym and shoot. I think sharing the basketball is what we've all grown accustomed to around here in the last few years. Last year's team, the team the year before, those kids all shared the basketball. We made that extra pass where people enjoyed the assist as much as they enjoyed scoring. And so I think that's where we're working to right now offensively, is just, you know, you have those explosions of 26 and 26 in the second and third quarter. You know, I'd like to see that all 4. I mean, I'm not going to settle. We didn't score like for the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. I mean, just real poor execution. And again, some of us, we can get that shot that we're taking anytime we want it. I want the shot that's in the offense that is my shot. You know what I mean? And so I just think that, you know, you talk to Jazz those questions about what has she learned. She's learned that, #1, don't turn the ball over. That's going to make him matter than anything, quicker than anything. If you can't run the show and not turn the ball over, you're going to have a problem. So you got to take care of the ball. And then the next thing is, she knows I'm going to want us to get into something. I don't want us down there and all just jumbled in a mess. Open your mouth and get us in something. So I think all of that is, you know, it seems like every night, though, there's somebody getting in foul trouble early, that's screwing up my chance to see how good we can really be. You know, Anriel's in foul trouble tonight. You know, T got one early but managed to stay out of it. Jessica got 3. I had no idea she had 3. I knew she got 2, but I just, you know, I missed that third one, so I had to sit her longer than I really wanted to. But, you know, I think we're a work in progress on both ends right now. I think that's the best way to put it.
Your players have talked about wanting to push the tempo. Can you comment about how well you saw that being done, and then that being the first of a possible 1-2 punch when your guards are applying the amount of ball pressure that you want them to, how you can force in the half court, and then when you get it, you can push.
Well, watching Jazz get a rebound and dribble the length of the floor past everybody, I heard the other coach screaming, I don't think they like that, and I wouldn't either. But that's, man, when you got somebody like that that can do that and beat everybody down the floor, and again, I'll probably be talking to the other four wondering why they're not running faster than the ball and be dribbled. But, I think our transition when we get out is really good. We can really get out and fill some lanes. We can make some good decisions. We can pass the ball well. And so I think that's, but again, you can't do that if you're taking the ball out of the net. If your other team's scoring, it's hard to go in transition. So I think for us, obviously it's fun to play that way, but you got to play really hard on the other end. And I think we got a couple kids right now, it's just so new to them how hard they have to play defensively. And that it's not okay to get scored on. It's personal. We've got to play harder. We've got to play better. And so I think that, again, that's part of the work in progress piece.
Do you think 54 total rebounds is like a benchmark number for this team, and how important is getting those rebounds?
Well, I'm more concerned about the 12 offensive that we gave up. When you're holding a team to 32% shooting, there's going to be a bunch of rebounds. I don't like the fact that we gave up 12 offensive. Now, 4 of them are dead ball rebounds going out of bounds, so you actually had 8 live ball rebounds. But, when you're holding people to that kind of shooting percentage, there's going to be a bunch of rebounds. And so 54 is a big number. 26 offensive, I love that number. I like that. When you get 18 to 25 offensive boards, you're giving yourself a chance at extra shots. Here's the thing, though, we only took 64 shots. And again, you got 15 turnovers over here. That's 30 points minimum. You had no chance to score tonight. So, I do love the rebounding number, and I love the fact that we got a bunch of people rebounding.
How many people do you think can push tempo? Because Jazz, Jordan, Anriel can do it.
Yeah, I think, I think Jazz, Jordan, certainly Maya, those are 3 that can really push tempo. I think they can get out and really take that ball and create problems for people, down the floor. I think what you do is you get other people that'll run with them. We've seen Jordan create for others to give them layups, especially in transition. And so I think, you get those 3 that can really push tempo, get out on the break and run, and then you get some others that can come down and run with them. Now I think you got a chance. We got a lot of kids that can run, but as far as pushing tempo, handling the ball, making good decisions, that'd be my top 3 right now as far as, hey, they can really get out and run with the basketball.
You've had 10 players score tonight for the team. Can you just talk about your depth and how being able to space those points out throughout the team is very important to you?
Well, depth is always a luxury. It's always a bonus. And, our depth is young, and but it's got to play. And so those kids, we've got to, as coaches, we've got to get them ready. And so it's nice to have depth, but I need my depth to play well in this. Here's the thing in coaching. It's hard to have continuity through substitution. When you substitute, sometimes it falls off. I thought tonight, in that first half, we started scoring when I had made some substitutions and brought some people in off the bench. And so I think Jazz gets a little bit more freedom when she doesn't have to be the point guard. She can just get out and run at the 2. And, she's shooting the ball really well for us right now. She knows how to get to her spot. She doesn't take any bad shots. And so, but the key through having depth is continuity through substitution. That's the key. And it's hard to do that.
Big test coming up at the end of the week. What's your thoughts on that matchup and kind of the issues that Virginia can cause? I know last year had a competitive ball game.
Yeah.
What did you see from them this year, and what they do well?
Yeah, so we won't have anything on them this year. They had 2 closed-door scrimmages, and so, I know they've got a couple of really special guards. They obviously got a big kid inside, and so a new coach. So, you know, I know a little bit of her background, both in the league and coaching at Texas. So, you know, we'll go off that. We'll have a good feel going in there. I'm excited about taking my team on the road. I always, you know, number one, I always like, after today, I like to see us, I'm anxious to see how we improve to the next game. But I like taking my team on the road. I think it'll be a great measure and stick of where we are right now. These three, I'll expect them in Jordan to really set the bar and set the example and show the rest of them how to be a pro. You know, how to go about their business on the road, how to prepare this week. It certainly is a game that, you know, when you go on the road and play another team in the ACC, you know, it's important that we go in there and play well. So, you know, that's my thing right now with them. You know, in our huddles, I'm talking about perfection. You know, I'd like to shut somebody out and hold somebody to zero. Well, everybody in the room knows that ain't gonna happen. But I'd like to. I'd like to try. I'd like to play hard enough where we, you know, could try. But also, I don't like 15 turnovers tonight. We had 18 against that Division II team. I mean, I got so much to teach with right now. It's not even funny. Not enough time in the day to watch all the film, to be honest with you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank
All right.
you.
Praise the Lord and go Dogs.